Hi guys, welcome back to another video by KPIs. I am JP and together with me is Junbei. So I think if you guys have been following AAG's result, you might have noticed that they have just released their second quarter and first half 2022 results in the end of August. So of course, there are a lot of information that you might be wondering how to analyze and how to decipher, and you might be at a loss because I think the report or the presentation, they do not really spell out what the KPIs mean. So if you're feeling lost, then I hope this video is here to help you out to further decipher and understand how to actually analyze an airline company and not just AirAsia. We are going to use AirAsia as an example. So of course, there might be opinions and might be personal thoughts. Do not take it as a decision to buy, sell, or hold these companies or any stocks mentioned. Do the due diligence, and of course, we are just coming in from education point of view and a sharing point of view only. So I'll pass it on to Chunbei. What is the first KPI metric that we will always see when we analyze an airline company?
Yeah, I think if you look into aviation, you may come across a few short form that you don't know what does it mean, and then this is why we actually illustrate it in a simple manner for you to actually relate it. So you came across a lot of KPI, they name it as ASK, or the full term stand for available seat kilometer. So the definition is actually as simple as basically taking all the available seat offered by the airline itself times the kilometer actually flight through, let's say, the past quarter result or the past year result. So ASK represent the available seats and then times the travel distance. So this is like the first KPI. And of course, from this thing, you can further extend into what they call it as RASK. In short, it's basically revenue per available seat kilometer. Technically, from high level standpoint, is what is the total sales able to generate based on the available seat and then times against the travel distance. So as simple as that. Another way around, also quite straightforward, is a cost factor. So it's CASK, is cost per available seat kilometers. So in this case, to operate an airline, basically the cost can come from the petrol, can come from the staff, so on and so forth. So the one they put here is just for illustration purposes. And of course, this is another KPI that you can look into it. And then the next one is also kind of like a similar one. They call it as RPK. So it stands for revenue passenger kilometer. So what does it mean is what is the total revenue they manage to generate out of the available seats, and then it times again travel distance. So it stands for RPK. So in summary, this is all the related KPI, and then you will came across it a lot of time. And then by using some of the core KPIs, you can actually generate another so-called factors. They call it as a load factor. It's basically taking the RPK divide by ASK. So what does it mean is basically they are trying to find out what is the revenue able to generate out of all the available seats. Of course, the higher, the better. And then this is a key summary about what we have. So I'll pass on to Jupan to basically make you understand if you look into capital A or Asia specific, how you can you use this KPI to actually analyze their performance.
Yep. So if you want to analyze airline related companies or in Malaysia Stock Exchange, you can only use it to decipher and study AirAsia or Capital A right now. So it will be only useful to gauge the operating efficiency of the aviation group or the airline component, right? We are all aware that Capital A is slowly or has pivoted during the pandemic to become, I would say, an ecosystem as its own, right? They have not only the airline business now, but they also have financial services like in the likes of BigPay. They also venture into logistics, teleport, e-commerce, which is the AirAsia Super App, and then there are also other supplementary business and so-called initiatives coming up by the company. But this is only useful to measure the airline and is still part of one of the biggest part of Capital A's results. So of course, we have gone through a lot of the KPI just now. You can see that in summary, we will talk more in detail in the second video, where we will decipher, use what we have learned in this video and study and analyze AirAsia's second quarter and first half of 2022 results. But at the end of the day, those that is related to revenue, we want it to grow. Those that is related to cost, we want it to normalize or to reduce if it's possible. So here you have a simplified table. We'll talk more in detail in the second video. But before that, Chun Bing, anything you want to add on in terms of asking or actually educating our viewers to analyze stocks like Asia or even Singapore Airlines in the Singapore Stock Exchange?
Yeah, all these KPIs basically global standard that you can use it and then cross relate with other airlines. So if you know how to analyze Asia technically, you can do a side by side comparison with, let's say, Mars with Singapore Airlines, so on and so forth. So it make you understand how they operate, what is their key advantage, and then how they actually perform compared to the previous quarters. What is the future plan, so on and so forth. That's why you can see all the key KPI that we mentioned just now is basically highlighted within the key indicator here. Of course, some of the things that they will put in on top is something related to the petrol. So you can see fuel consumed per barrel, what is the CASK, ex-fuel, so on and so forth. But of course, we will go into details in the next videos. Check it out in the link that will be shared in the top right hand of the video. But of course, before we end the video, just wanted to give a shout out if you didn't came across our premium club services. This is basically the key summary of our subscription services, where we actually cover a wide range of offers for people like you that's interested to basically earn some side income through investment. So we were actually having a private group for you to join in, where we will share our opinions openly, and then of course discuss about stocks, discuss about macroeconomy, so on and so forth. But of course, other than that, we also will be actively sharing the trade alert, meaning if you perform any trades, we will actually be transparent and then share what is the thesis behind the buy and also the sells based on our own opinion. And of course, Drupa, maybe you can take it on what other services that we are going to cover for our premium subscribers.
So of course, when we talk about investment, we are focusing not only on stable companies in dividend stocks, we also focus on growth companies, stable growth companies. We also talk about hyper growth companies, and companies that can help us, evolve in terms of the way we do things and the way we work, coming up with different kinds of technology. So we cover a whole spectrum of different kind of companies and industry. And of course, if you even try to YouTube KPIs, you will see that we are already, guest speakers for a lot of accredited investment forums. So looking forward to see you joining our premium club and then getting access to our so-called premium contents to help you up your investing game. So here is just a collection of one of the thematic events that we have done previously just for our premium club members only. So I think that's about it for today's video. It's a short one, but hopefully it really helps you to think twice and thrice into analyzing some of these important KPI before you choose to invest into a stock like AirAsia or Capital A, because as we all know, now it's a reopening where traveling is allowed and tourism is slowly picking up, and it seems like a no-brainer to just put some money into a tourism-related company like AirAsia or other hotel stocks. But before you even do that, I think you need to really put in some effort and understand the KPIs that we mentioned just now, because at the end of the day, as a consumer, we will only buy tickets from the cheapest airline, right? There could be some brand loyalty assigned to a certain airline and a certain membership that you might have, but at the end of the day, if the price difference is too much, then of course you will still choose the cheapest airline to fly. Hence, it is very important to understand the KPI of the airline companies or in the entire industry. So we see you in the next video. We'll talk more deeper into deciphering and analyzing AirAsia's company's latest quarterly results. So we'll see you in the next video. Please do check it out. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.